Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. I know this show is slightly later than usual. That's because I was with my Don Rants on this channel. So big up to Rants, big up to Haj as well. But I'm always going to bring you the ManDem United podcast on the Monday if I can indeed, even if I have to move things around. So big up to everyone who's supporting Sarcasm City TV. As always, please make sure whether you're watching live right now or watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video. Let's bump up them likes. You lot are already doing well, man. They're already at 16 likes. Big up to you lot. Let's get that up to 20 likes. Please share this across all the socials as well. It's so much more important you do that because the show is slightly later than usual. So hit that share button across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell when you do so as well. As you can see from the title, Mason Mount officially signs. Who should Manchester United target next is what I will be discussing and giving my thoughts on. Again, any questions you lot have to get in, feel free. Just please keep a Manchester United related. And if you do indeed super chat, I will get straight to your comment or your question as well. Big up Jez in the cut. I see you. Big up Warrior J as well. Says big up Flawless. Everyone smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, man, make sure you do so. Warrior J, this is on topic, says Manchester United haven't bid 35 million for Højlund, and it'll make no sense as Atalanta want 60 to 70 million euros at least, but Manchester United won't overpay. Højlund super keen on the move, and that's from Fabrizio Romano. And I'm all for this. I've said this. I've not watched a lot of Højlund, but from what I've heard more so, because I've not actually watched him, so I can't even say I've not watched a lot. I've not watched him, but in terms of like in game, I've watched like highlights and stuff like that and comps. But in regards to what I've seen and what I hear, he fits the profile: pace and power, 6'3", technically decent, can be developed, has played in Serie A, so he's played in a top European league. I'm all for it. I'm all for the signing. And in Ten Hag, I trust, like I keep saying, when it's players outside of the Premier League. When it's players outside of the Premier League, I'm all with it. When it's players from within the Premier League, I have much more knowledge of them. So my opinion of them, my assessment can be so much more fair. That's what I would say. But Højlund, like I said, I've not watched like that. So therefore, I'm all for it. I hope we don't overpay. If it's 60 million euros, which is about 45 million pounds, that's a steal. And we need a striker. And that could enable us to go and get another striker as well as a goalkeeper in what we need to target next. And they are what we need to target next, people. I think we need 3 players. I think we need to target a goalkeeper. I think we need to target a striker. And we need to target another midfielder. And that's not because I'm not a fan of Mason Mount, people. I would say Manchester United need 3 midfielders regardless. So add Mason Mount. Now that's 1. We need minimum 1 more. Ideally, in an ideal world, 2. Because we need 3 in total, but we need 1 more alongside the Mason Mount signing. Obviously, that's budget dependent. It's selling players. It's dependent on that too. But hopefully we do that. Big up to Shakar as well. Big up every single time. Big up Blue is the color. Here trolling, but large up to you. Big up Paul, who says, hi as late as Trent at the back post. Will you have to worry about next season when or if he moves into midfield? Who? Why are you asking me about Trent? I'm confused, but big up to you, Paul, anyway. Big up Jesse. Big up Jez, like I said, always. Big up Rounds, who says, I've been watching Mount comps and player analysis videos to try to convince myself, but it ain't hitting. I genuinely hope this signing works out, but because I can't see it. I'm with you on this, Rounds. That's fully where I'm at. People hear me critique Mason Mount or hear me critique a Manchester United player and act like I hope I'm right. I say this all the time. I say 2 things all the time. 1, I hope I'm wrong. And I hope when I don't rate a player that he actually delivers for the football team. 2, I get more wrong than I get right. Say this all the time. This is why I'm doing this for a living rather than working within football. I am not no footballing expert. Shout out to Hassam because he genuinely thinks he's a footballing expert. I am not. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Like, I'm a fan with an opinion who gives my honest assessment on what's going on at Manchester United and what's going on in the footballing world as well. And the sporting world, I should say. Big up to Jez, like I stated as well. But yeah, I'm with you, Rounds. I don't think the Mount deal is a goodie. I really don't think it's a good deal. Shakar says, Mount Medical done today. Announcement imminent, flawless. Going to be a madness with the official announcement. Yeah, I hear you. Mason Mount, Jesse says, would signing Onana and Højlund be a survivable season? Yeah, because we would have improved. If to me, on paper, I should say that on paper we've improved. If we sign Onana and we sign Højlund, that's improvement on paper. It's not the type of improvement. It's not as much improvement as I would like, but it's still improvement. We're much better defensively. We're much better offensively because of Onana, and offensively we're much better with Højlund as well. On paper, again, people. So I like that. It's just the midfield that I'm like, no. If Mason Mount was someone else and it was a major improvement, that's right down the spine of your team. But that's what I like about these two names you've mentioned: goalkeeper, striker, right down the spine. Midfield, I don't think we've improved on. And if we have, it's marginal. It's marginal. I'm still not convinced. I'm really not. But hopefully Ten Hag does some magic and it happens. 60 million is about 55 million pounds. All right, I got it wrong. Thank you, Jess. Matthew says, big up Flawless. Are you happy with the links to is it Amrabat? It says we've agreed terms. Not sure how true that is. Can somebody please drop the source that I said this, please? Amrabat, if that is the case, he's the Moroccan midfielder, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm all for it. I'm all for that. He's combative, covers ground, good backup to Casemiro, could play alongside Casemiro as well. Cool. I've just spoken on before even seeing this improving our midfield area and needing another midfielder. To me, Amrabat is that, having watched him like briefly. I've not watched a whole lot of him, but in regards to his profile, I'm with it. And Shakar says it here. Yeah, it was reported we agreed terms with Amrabat. Not sure if it was Fabrizio. Could be a Casemiro backup for me. Yeah, cool. I'm with it. Then it says, big up Flawless, still making content consistently, even in the summer. I'm enjoying time off in Barcelona with my woman. Hey, enjoy time off with your woman. Love that. And yeah, man, I said this. Once the season ended, I was going to continue to make content. Like, we wasn't going to stop. And all the way up until August the 12th, I believe, when the season starts. Is it August the 12th? Or it might be August the 11th. Whenever in early August the season starts, we will be. Like 110%. Amrabat can be our general in midfield. I'm with you on this. Perfect backup for Cass. Cool. Jesse says, Mount can do well under Ten Hag. I mean, Wan-Bissaka managed to develop well under him. This is my biggest issue with the Mount deal. Biggest issue. We signed him, and we're not talking about how Mason Mount improves Manchester United. We're talking about how much Eric Ten Hag can improve Mason Mount. Now, if we signed an actual player of quality, like when we signed Casemiro, nobody was talking about how much Ten Hag can improve Casemiro. The whole conversation was Casemiro can improve Manchester United X. That's what it is. And this tells you all you need to know. When a player is not that good, that's why we're talking about him as an individual and what the manager can do to improve him. How about you improve the team? Like, that's what it is. How about you improve the team? That's what needs to be done. 110%. Forget all of this or how much you like. Because Wan-Bissaka is a prime example. I wouldn't say go sign Wan-Bissaka if he was playing elsewhere. Has he improved Wan-Bissaka? Yes, but Wan-Bissaka was still not of the level Manchester United need to be at, in my opinion. He's not good enough for where we're trying to go to. As backup, yes. Specialist occasions, absolutely, yes, Wan-Bissaka. I wouldn't sell him. I'd keep him as backup. And we're in the Champions League. And if we're playing away to Real Madrid, or we're away at Bayern Munich, or we're away at PSG, for example, that's who I want playing. If we're going up against Real Madrid and it's Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the fullback I want playing. If we're playing PSG and it's Mbappe or Neymar on that left-hand side, it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka I want playing. If it's Bayern Munich and it's Mane, for example, on that left-hand side, I want Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing. And same way with all the top games in the Premier League. When we go away to Anfield, whoever's on the left, whether it's Diaz, whether it's Nunez, I want Aaron Wan-Bissaka on that playing right back. When we go away to City, if it's Grealish, if it's Foden, if it's Mahrez, same thing. But Wan-Bissaka is not of the level where we're trying to go to. This is why I want a new right back. I've said this. Bring me a new right back. 110%. 22 Chad just says Mane in 2023. I was just using him as an example. But, we moved 22 Chad here to disagree with me per usual. Yes, Jesse says smash the likes. Big up, man. Every single time. Jerry says Afrobat. Is it Amrabat or Afrobat? Why are people saying? Am I thinking of a different player? Or am I just saying his name completely wrong? Let me know. Because man is saying Afrobat, but I'm saying Amrabat. Is it two different players? Am I thinking of somebody else? Or am I just mispronouncing his name? Came out of the blue. I think his agent coming out with the links to the player, so Barcelona will go get him. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, let me know the source. Let me know the source, people. 110%. Let me know the source. We'll soon find out. We will soon find out. Hey, continue to bump up the likes. Over 40 of you lot in here. We're at 24 likes. Girls up to 30 likes. Hit that subscribe button as well. We're at 7,113. Looking for 2 more subscribers. Girls to 7,115 people. Shikari says United's first preseason game is in like 9 days. Will you be tuning in, Flawless? No, I don't watch preseason. So there'll be no watch-alongs. I won't be able to recap it. I've got no time for preseason whatsoever. I don't really care for it whatsoever. Hey, big up to Dortmund, David. Good to see you in the chat. As always, large up. Continue to get your United questions in, people. Continue to get your United questions in. So I can just sign on my TV here. Where else we at? Jerry says, what excites me about Mount is that at least we got someone who can put a free kick into a goal. I cannot remember last time we scored on a free kick. His crossing is fantastic. His free kick record at Chelsea is terrible. I think he scored two direct free kicks and one took a deflection. So I don't know why you think that he is a good free kick taker. Matthew says, just watch Rio and 5. Apparently, there's going to be big news out tomorrow about the takeover, but I can't see it as it's 4th of July. Isn't that a holiday in America? Yes, 4th of July is a holiday in America. I did see this. Someone mentioned it on Rance's stream in the comment section and said, Joel, who he does the show with, who Rio does his podcast with, stated something big is going to be happening tomorrow. I'm all for it. 110%. I'm all for it. I hope he's right. I'm saying whether it is, I don't see Rio or Joel saying that without some form of credible source. I'm saying it right. Yeah, just so but it's just spelled differently. Is it Amrabat? All right, Fez. You know what I'm saying? Lucas Costa says, I feel for you, Flawless. You have no idea how toxic Mount's fan base is. Now I'm fully aware because we got our own in Bruno. Plus, I've watched Lewis and Surfer and all the Chelsea dons who be on the channel go through it with the Chelsea, with the Mount stand. So I'm fully aware. We got one in Bruno. So it's nothing new. It's nothing I've not been, what's the word I'm looking for? I've not been through before. Jesse says, still not concerned about our transfer progress. No, not really. Because we've signed Mason Mount, we got one player in. We're looking at Højlund, we're looking at Onana. So I'm still not concerned. No, I'm not concerned in the slightest, because the reason why I'm not concerned is because even if we have a great window, I don't see us doing shit. When I say that, people, I'm talking about like outside, our ceiling is domestic cups. We're not going to win the Premier League. We're not going to win the Champions League. And I believe it is the top 5 who qualify for the Champions League next season. So we're more than capable of getting in the top 5 as well. Obviously, it's dependent on our window. It's dependent on other windows. But now, am I concerned about our transfer progress? No, because it's the 3rd of July. Now, if this is the 3rd of August and we've only signed one player, different conversation. But we've seen it with Liverpool. People were concerned about Liverpool's transfer window. Now look what they're doing. Szoboszlai out of nowhere. It's looking like Kefren Thuram, and they've also been linked to Lavia. Now let's say Kefren Thuram and Lavia don't happen. All of a sudden, is their window bad? Like it's every day it changes. Like it's every day. No, it's based on coefficient, and you have to finish in any European spot. All right, fairs, just. My point is like, no. If this was the 3rd of August, I would be very concerned. If it's actually very concerned, is too strong. I understand what our ceiling is. They don't really change too much. It really don't. Like, our ceiling was like from when we didn't get new owners early. I know what I say. Forget, we're not winning no Premier League. Forget Champions League. Domestic cups. And we've already seen that we can reach those 2 cup finals because Ten Hag did that. Could we finish in the top 4, top 3 again? Yes, like I said, depending on other teams as well. So there's no need for concern. My biggest concern is them owners. That's the biggest concern. Same, it's a competitive sport, so the competition matches in the season. Only thing I follow in preseason is transfers. That's about it. Yeah, I'm not really with it. You know what I'm saying? Pick up Kaneki as well in the cut. Yeah, I'm just not with the preseason games because you don't really get too much out. You get an idea maybe of what the manager's trying to do. That's what you can get in terms of formation in terms of personnel. But other than that, it don't really tell you too much. So I'm just like, all right, cool. I mean, like, it is what it is. Shikar says, I think realistically we should win the FA Cup and go far in the Champions League. Decent season if we sign the players we're linked with. Let's say we get Onana and Højlund, maybe another midfielder. FA Cup, League Cup is fair. If we get out of the group in the Champions League, I'll be over the moon. That's how much I just don't rate this team currently right now. And even if you add in Onana and Højlund, Højlund's young, so he does need time to develop, but I'm hoping he can improve on his form. In terms of when I say his form, I'm talking about his goal-scoring record at Atalanta. Onana should settle in. He's played in Serie A at the highest levels, played in the Champions League final, been in the Champions League run. So, yeah, that's how I'm looking at it in regards to that. But, yeah, it's FA Cup, League Cups, yeah. That'll be interesting if this does indeed happen. It'll be crazy if the toxic Mount fan base start attacking Bruno fan base because Mount can do no wrong. I love stand on stand violence. If stands want to attack stands, I'll sit back and let that happen. But not that I have any control over it. But if that happens, cool. I want that to happen. I love stands beefing with stands. So let the Bruno stands beef the Mount stands. And when I say stands, I'm talking about people who can't look at those two players objectively. So people who make out like those two players can't do no wrong and never have poor games. And when the team play well, they take the majority of the praise. But when the team play poorly, they don't take the majority of the criticism. I just like people to be fair. That's all. If Bruno's one of our best players and is so important to the team, when we play poorly, he should be criticized heavily from me. But it's not a lot of people who do that. Hey, Dennis, yeah, man, go take your woman for a walk, man. Go do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. Big up to your woman as well. Go take her for a walk. It's all cool. Just leave the street. I don't know where you're at, but if you've still got Wi-Fi, just leave the thing on mute. I beg. Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate it. Let's see what else you are saying. I need the Sheikh to get Paul Mitchell to help out Ten Hag ASAP. Yeah, man, we need all the help we can get rounds. Stephanie G says, big up, Flawless. Big up to Stephanie G every single time as well. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, obviously, Dortmund David. Depends on the draw. 110%. If you get a favorable draw, you can make a quarterfinal or semifinal. But I'm just saying, without context, if we get out of the group, I'll be like happy and then be like, okay, we're into a knockout round. Them players need this experience. I said it when we played Atletico Madrid. Like, a lot of our players at that time hadn't played in the Champions League knockout tie. That pressure is different. Much, much different. You are under severe pressure. So that's why I want them to experience that, win or lose, because that helps you can help you the next time round. Champions League experience is key. Like, we just watched Manchester City win the Champions League, them being in the last stages of the Champions League previously, so final, semi-finals, quarterfinals consistently, helped them, definitely helped them, because it's not new. You've been here before. That's the type of thing. It's not new to you. Jez says, for example, Spurs and Newcastle could finish 4th, United 5th, and Chelsea 6th. But because Chelsea have a higher coefficient, Chelsea will be the 5th team in England to get the Champions League, from what I'm understanding. So it's coefficient. Is that coefficient not high? Bear in mind, we won the Europa League. We've been in Europe. I could be wrong. Yeah, I seen it, Jez. Large up. Flawless, you seen the Paris riots, got random zoo animals on the street. I did see it. It's posted. I need to actually search for it properly because I didn't know the full story till I was on Rance's stream. But hey, salute to everybody tearing it up over there, because that boy, I don't know the full story, but they were saying a young boy got killed by police. I'm all for it. Hampshire says, can't wait for Qatar, bro. This club is in the dump. Can't wait for Qatar either. I'm with you. Flawless, did you watch the overlap keynote roasting Neville with Stuart Pearce? Brilliant. I didn't watch the full thing, but I seen the clip where they was talking about Stuart Pearce potentially signing for Manchester United, and he would have played left back, and then Dennis Aaron would have been the right back, and now he would have said Manchester United would have won so much more. I did see that. That was jokes. It really was. Yeah, Chelsea did win the champs, so maybe it's that. Lucas says, Mount always has the media on his side, so no matter how bad he plays, he'll always start. I wouldn't say that, because we've seen Ten Hag drop someone with bigger media PR than Mason Mount called Cristiano Ronaldo. He's got the biggest media PR. Biggest media PR is Cristiano Ronaldo. And look at what's it called? And look what Ten Hag did with him, dropped him. I trust Ten Hag to drop whoever's not playing well. I do trust that. I just don't think Mason Mount is a good signing, and I don't think it takes us forward. I really don't. See what else you lot saying. Grace says, do you think De Gea would have been better if we had Ten Hag 5 years ago? He's only really been asked this season to play with his feet, and he's always had crap defenders around him till Varane Martinez came in. Maybe it's definitely like a hypothetical that could be true. It could be. I hear what you're saying, Grace. I hear what you're saying, but it's too little, too late. But yeah, maybe. But I'm just glad he's gone now. He's actually officially out of contract now, people. Yeah, but we could still sign him. But he's actually officially out of contract, which I love. I love the fact that Manchester United have let De Gea go. This is what we need to do. People have spoken about the club and the manager being ruthless. That's a ruthless move. And then some people don't like it. That's why I don't understand. People will say, I want Manchester United to move like a big club. I want us to move ruthless. I want Ten Hag to be cutthroat. And when we move ruthless and we are cutthroat, people complain about it because it's someone they like, because it's a player who's been here 10 years. Not good enough. Time to move him on. People say, oh, how can you treat somebody who's a legend like that, or treat someone who's been at your club for so long? Look how he treated us when he wanted to move to Real Madrid. People forget that. Why do people conveniently forget that he tried to move to Real Madrid? And so much so that Van Gaal dropped him at the start of that season, as I keep reminding people. The only constant at football clubs is fans. Me, all of the Manchester United fans in the chat, everyone who supports other clubs, your Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, or whatever team you support, whether it's in England or in Europe or across the globe, wherever you are watching from and whatever team you support, you're the constant at your club. Fans. You're the constant, not these players. So, time to move him on. It's what it is. Shikar says Ten Hag in the Champions League has had decent runs. I know 2 different teams, but I think he knows the competition well after suffering that heartbreak against Spurs in 2019. Yeah, I hear you. Shikar. Like, he's got experience in the Champions League, which is what I like. He's got experience. He's done well. He's had heartbreaking defeats, like you mentioned here with the Spurs Ajax game. So I'm all for that. I trust him in Europe, and I think he'll learn even more so as well. I watched him learn in the Europa League, even though we should have beat Sevilla, and should have won that competition, but here we are. But it is draw dependent, yeah. Jess says, out of contract, but can still be signed by United, like you said. Yeah, fairs. Would I consider Antonio Valencia a legend at United? No. Stephanie G says, if Amrabat is signed, either Bruno or Mount will be under pressure to always start. Might be a good thing. True. Competition helps. I'm all for competition. I say this all the time. Even my favorite players, like say for instance Casemiro. Casemiro's not performing well, and we have a quality like backup to him who is performing well. I'll be like, he should be starting with McTominay. And this is before Casemiro was playing. The start of this season just gone. McTominay was playing well, and people were like, Casemiro should start. And I'm like, no, McTominay is playing well. So if a player is playing well, you continue to play him. You let him keep the shirt because he's earning his starting place on merit. Because if you start just taking names and players are playing well and get dropped, that's what's going to fuck them up in terms of their confidence and also their drive to play well. Because it's like, if I play poorly, I'll get dropped. If I play well, I get dropped. So what's the point in playing well? There's no incentive. It's got to be an incentive for players. And that's at any level. For anyone who's played football in the chat, if you play Saturday League or Sunday League, imagine you're playing well 4, 5, 6 weeks and a manager drops you for someone else and you're playing well. You're going to be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be pissed. And rightfully so. I know I would be. If I'm playing well, like in a game and the manager takes me off, I'd be pissed. Like if I'm playing poorly or playing average, no complaints. Bear in mind, I'm a bang average footballer. So I understand. That's why I don't complain if I get taken off or I'm on the bench. I know my levels. I know I ain't that good. And that's one thing people. So that's what it is with competition. Back to what Stephanie G said. That's what it is in regards to competition. So I'm all for it. Hopefully Mount can put pressure on Bruno and Bruno plays better. Or Bruno puts pressure on Mount and Mount plays better. And then Eriksen in the mix. And if we do sign an Amrabat, etc. Let's see what else. Grace says, why do people hate on De Gea so much, but not over like fringe players and players like Maguire? If De Gea makes a mistake, it will lead to a goal, but if a striker misses, he will get another opportunity. The reason why De Gea, does he get hate? I think he gets criticized. But there's no player I think who gets criticized fairly across the board. Even Maguire. I think some of the criticism of Maguire, as much as I don't rate him and want him gone, is over the top. People will just blame, like, people just automatically, even if he plays okay or he plays well, people are like, oh, he played bad. It's like, no, he played well in this game. A poor player can play well, the same way a good player can play poorly. So that's what it is. There's no player across the board, I think, is criticized fairly. I think criticism from some section of the fan base will be over the top with every player. So that's not just the De Gea thing. That's everybody. That's Maguire. Scott McTominay example I just used, when he was playing well and people were asking for him to be dropped. That is crazy. The player was performing well and people were asking for him to be dropped. Same way if Casemiro was playing well, nobody is asking for him to be dropped. But I'm all for the team though. Many fans are not like that. Same with Martial. I think some of the criticism of him has been over the top, even though what him sold. Sancho the same, even though what him sold. Anthony, even though I need to see improvement from him. So that's everything. So the reason why De Gea gets so much criticism, you're number one goalkeeper for Manchester United. And some of your mistakes are high profile as well. And you mentioned it here, Grace. It leads to a goal. David says we should try and sign Amrabat. He's decent before another club signs him, just like the rest of our targets. Other clubs signed already. Just to get to this, David, what player did we go in for that other targets have signed? I mean, other clubs have signed our targets. What targets? Who did we offer terms to and make a bid for that we didn't get? Somebody let me know. Because the only player, to my knowledge, that we made a bid for and offered personal terms was Mason Mount, who we signed. So who are all these other targets that we was in for that have been snapped up by other clubs? I may have missed someone. So if you lot know, David, if you know, if someone else knows, let me know, please. I didn't see this. Did you see Dean Henderson on Instagram seeming excited to get into training? Does he know he might get shipped out? I'm sure he's fully aware, but I didn't know he was back in training. I don't follow these men on the gram. I'm the only person who do I follow on the gram. I think just Lingard, that's it. I don't follow any of these men on the gram, so I'm unsure. Team performances, whatever the tactics or style players. What's this, Dortmund David? Is this something else? I should have really reread that. Man is saying Kim Min-jae. We never made an offer for Kim Min-jae. We never made Napoli an official bid. We offered in personal terms. We never made a bid. That all came out. Fabrizio tweeted about it, other credible sources. We offered him personal terms. We never made a bid to Napoli and we knew the money. So somebody let me know. Somebody let me know in regards to all these targets that other teams have snapped that we wanted. Big up to KLFC in the cut every single time. Sebastian Gonzalez says Manchester United will sign 3 more players. I hope so. I hope so. Hey, I hope this is true, but I don't believe it, Matthew. Says United are interested in Romeo Lavia. Southampton want 50 million for him. That is a steal. And that's at Time Sport at Tom. Is that his name, Tom? Is that Alno? I'm saying. I didn't want to say it the other way because that's but yeah. Hey, Lavia at 50 million is a steal. You go and sign him. Steal. For someone of that ceiling. 50 million. Go and sign him. Speaking of 50, there's over 50 of you lot in here right now. Big up to everyone who is tuned in. We're at 38 likes. Get us up to 50 likes, people. Hit that like button. Get us up to 50 likes and subscribe as well. So come on, like check 1 2 1 2. Let's hit that like button, people, and subscribe. Pay the toll when you enter the city of Sarcasm. It's tax-free, people. It's tax-free. All I ask you lot to do is hit the like button, share across the socials at Sarcasm City TV on all socials, share and subscribe. We're at 7,114. We're looking for one more subscriber. Girls to 7,115. Please, people. And like I said, Kim Min-jae, we didn't make Napoli no bid. So no, we didn't. So Kim Min-jae don't count, like I said. Yeah, it's definitely a pause. 110%. That's why I paused it. Let's see what else. RJ says, you already given up on Sancho, flawless. I guess if Ten Hag wants to play transition football, he won't suit the system, but I still like Jadon as a footballer. Big fan of Jadon Sancho. He's my guy. Big fan. Hates me. I hate to criticize him because I'm a fan of him, but I have to. And yeah, I've given up on Sancho. You know what I'm saying? Like 110%. Like I've given up. It's a wrap. Like, and when I say it's a wrap at Manchester United. It's just not it, man. It's a pace and power game. When you don't have pace and power as a winger, you got to be an elite system or have other elite attributes that have impact. I want to be wrong. I just don't see it. Left, you've got Rashford, you've got Garnacho, who both play ahead of him. Right hand side, you got Anthony, potentially Diallo. In the 10, well, we ain't even going to play with the 10, but if it's 2-8, you can see he's going with your Bruno and your Mounts, and he ain't going to play up top. So where does Sancho play? Where's he getting game time week in, week out? Where? You know what I'm saying? Where's he getting game time? And to this guy, hey, this is a Manchester United show, Ahmed. Why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Why are you here? This is a United show. Hold that. No one club from England did offer a bid for Kim. Why is that? Why is Bayern the only team that was in to get Kim? I don't know. I don't know why. I still want to know why. I wanted Kim Min-jae. Don't get him mistaken. But I wanted to know why we didn't make a bid. Something's off there. And I don't know what it is. And I don't think we'll find out, unfortunately. I don't get why we offered him terms, but then never made a bid. Hey, big up Bucklock as well. Hey, big up the young G. Nero says July is here, content imminent. You already know, man. Big up the young G, Nero. Big up the young G. You're going to catch him on here very, very soon on the channel as well, people. Outside of the fan calling shows. Flawless, how come Anthony doesn't get this to TMJ? Doesn't get what exactly? What does he not get? You have to elaborate. What does he not get? What does he not get? And I don't even think we're personal terms FC. I was just making the point to, was it David who said the comment? We've lost all our targets. We got to stop overreacting. What targets have Manchester United gone for that we didn't get? The one target we went for, we got, was Mason Mount. He's the only player who we offered personal terms to and made a bid to his football club for. If there's another player, somebody let me know. There's no other player we've genuinely gone for and not got. Like I keep saying with Kim Min-jae, we offered him personal terms. We never offered the money to Napoli. Now, bear in mind, there's a release clause. We did not for whatever reason. And we was on the scene before Bayern Munich. So we could have easily offered him the terms, made the bid. And then Bayern Munich could have done the same, offered him terms, made the bid. And then he chose Bayern Munich over us. And I would just held my hands up and be like, yo, we chose to go Bayern Munich. Probably for first team football. Makes sense, I get it. But we didn't. So who are these targets we're missing out on? TMJ says Sancho can still do a job on the right wing and offer something more than Anthony. I have my doubts on both of them. Anthony has to offer so much more, but I'm not going to sit here and, what's the word I'm looking for? Big up Anthony. I need to see more. I've seen enough. The only thing Anthony's got on Sancho that he's been here less time. And I've seen enough in the first season where I go, okay, you have fundamentals and things I like, but I need to see much more. Sancho's been here. Sancho hasn't had a good season here. He's been here 3 years and hasn't had one good season. I can't defend that. Because if that's Maguire, who's been here, 4 years and hasn't had one good season, we're all quick to criticize. We got to keep the same energy with Sancho. Because when Maguire was on his third poor year, he got criticized. And don't get it mistaken, people, because some idiot in the chat's going to go, well, Sancho's better than, of course, Sancho's a better player than Maguire. So therefore, we should hold Sancho to a higher standard. It's just the wrong team, the wrong league at the wrong time. Because he'll go elsewhere and be successful. If he went back to the Bundesliga, he'll do fine. I think if you put him in Serie A, he'll do fine. I think if you put him in La Liga, he'll also do fine. I just don't think this league suits him. It's a pace and power league, man. This league don't suit him, man. Premier League's pace and power. Let's see what else going on. And to Sebastian, who said, no official bids FC, bro. Because we haven't, what's it called? We haven't identified, there's no one we've made. The reason why I don't take this as criticism, because there's no one we want like that. There's interest, but there's no one we want like that, apart from Mason Mount. Onana, will there be a bid? We have made a bid for Højlund. So that's another bid as well. And we will make a bid for Onana probably this week. So they're the 3 players we're looking at. It is. The same criticism you give Sancho. Oh, yeah. Because like I said, Sancho's been here longer. Sancho's been here longer. Like to ask you, TMJ, has Sancho had a good season at Manchester United in the 3 years he's been here? Simple question. Simple question. Please, you asking me questions, so I ask you that. Agree with this, Mitesh. I think Ahmed should get a chance by now. Absolutely, without doubt. Apparently, United are going to offer Palestri a new deal, as Ten Hag's a big fan. Do you think it's a new deal alone or to try and get into the team next season? I like Palestri, especially off the bench. Again, direct. And he's a old school winger where he'll go down the outside and cross it. He's not an inverted winger, which gives you something different. So him off the bench, I have no issue with. Him signing a new deal, I have no issue with. If Ten Hag decides to loan him out, cool. Because then maybe that means we keep Diallo. I'd prefer to keep him. I'd rather have those as our winger options. Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, Diallo, Palestri. I like that six. That's a good six. Of course, like I've just spoken about Sancho, and yeah, if I could move him on, I would for the right price. But I don't think he's a bad player. He's just not the fit for here. It's just not the fit. Let's see what else. Jez says, Garnacho, Anthony, and Sancho, how would you rank them in terms of what they contributed to United this season? Garnacho contribute. I need to check his game time, but he definitely, Garnacho definitely impact. He contributed a lot. Anthony contributed a lot as well. People might not like that, but he contributed a lot. And when he didn't play, he was missing. Sancho, barely anything. Barely anything, man. Like, he didn't, barely anything. What? Barely anything. Like, nah, TMJ. Answer the question, though. You're saying no, but I feel people are harsh on Sancho. That comes back to what I said in regards to the criticism. Where has my criticism been unfair? He's been here 3 years and hasn't had one good season. How can I defend that? Just because I'm a fan and think he's talented, how can I defend that? He hasn't. And don't give me, it's the players around him, because we've watched Rashford have a good season in that. We've watched Garnacho have more impact. How's the 18-year-old kid have more impact than you? And I don't think Garnacho's a better footballer than Sancho. But in terms of impact and what's needed, he has key ingredients that Sancho don't have. So I ask you the question again. Has Sancho had a good season in the entire time he's been here? He's been here since what, 2019, is it? Someone in the chat, let me know. Is it 2019, 2020? Hey, big up Derek G as well. Big up. Yeah, Shakar, Anthony needs to add more to his game. Are you happy with the Mount as a midfield signing this season? No. What do you want United next? Say this again, DRB10. Say this again. No, TMJ, answer my questions. Don't hit me with the Sancho done things. Just go back and look. Answer the question. In the entire time Sancho has been here, has he had a good season? It's a simple question. It's a simple question. Eric Ten Hag is happy to keep Maguire as depth option at centre-back, but the player wants more game time. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Hey, you can dip, man. You want more game time? Get more game time elsewhere, man. You can bounce. I hope that is the case in terms of him wanting more game time. I hope so. Maino breakout season. I don't think so, Mohammed, but we'll see. I don't think it is. What's up, Flawless? Big up to you, Brian, every single time. Large up. Mitesh says our academy strikers should be doing all they can to get on the first team bench. I'm sure they are. You might just not be that good. It might just not be that good. Okay, if Sancho was, if he was the, basically you're asking me, Dortmund David, what price would he be sold at? I don't know. Well, I reckon if you got 40, 45 M's, I'd snatch your hand off for that, 110%. Jesse says, who you got as our number 7 jersey? I have no idea. I don't know. I'd rather it was blank. Don't give it to anybody. Don't give it to anybody. RJ goes on to say, Garnacho may not turn out to be an elite world-class player, but he has an elite mentality, and this is why Rance has come around to liking Garnacho more, especially after the FA Cup final cameo. You're just fearless, just a willing runner. And when you're quick and direct, you're going to be effective, and that's what we're seeing. Palestri the same, to a lesser extent. That's what happens. Yeah. No, why am I being hot? I hear you on Sancho. No. Answer the question. Don't hit me with that. I hear you on Sancho not been great in the last 3 years. Has Sancho had a good season at Manchester United Football Club? It's a simple question, DMJ. Don't hit me with that. I hear you, Sancho's not been great in the last 3 years, but he wasn't bad. Forget all of that. Has he had a good season? Why can't man just answer a simple question? Therefore, if you've not had a good season in 3 years, any criticism you receive is warranted. Because if that was Maguire, when it was, we criticize him heavily. We can't change it because we like Sancho because he's talented. Man's not had a good season in 3 years, 2 years, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Has Sancho only been there 2 seasons, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, however long it's been, 2 seasons. Same still applies. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, Eddie, we definitely shouldn't give him the number 7 shirt. Definitely shouldn't. Definitely shouldn't. I'd leave the 7 shirt blank, without doubt. Has it been 3 years? What's going on here? Matthew says, breaking. Manchester United and Inter Milan are working to reach an agreement worth 50 million euros for Onana at Sky Sport. Let's hope so, man. That means De Gea is definitely not being re-signed. New goalkeeper. Let's go. Let's go. What do you mean Maguire's been trash and that's been fight? From who? You've not been here. You've not been here. You've not been listening to me. I'm saying I've criticized Maguire heavily plenty of times. What are we talking about? But again, moving the goalpost. You know what I'm saying? Moving the goalpost as always. I've asked this question now for the last 10 minutes. A man can't just give me a simple yes or no with it. Exactly my point. People always want to move goalposts when it's players they like. Same way if this is Sancho, if this is Bruno, it's a simple question. No, if it's 2 seasons, it is that bad. It is that bad, Brian. Why are you allowed? You are not allowed at anywhere of a top club to have 2 bad seasons. Not in the slightest. He allowed that shit. What are we talking about? Like I said, I legit don't know. Has it been 2 seasons? So he signed in 2021, correct? All right. It does feel... Yeah, I mentioned Maguire to say that Maguire's been bad, but you don't want to answer my question, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying? We both know the answer. You just don't want to answer it. Sancho came in with, you know what? I erased this with my memory, Emma, so I'm just like, I erased like this whole, like that whole thing with blank. You know what I'm saying? TMJ, I didn't answer your question because you didn't answer mine. Simple as that. We can both do this. It's annoying when I do it, innit? I asked you a question 10, 15 minutes ago that you don't want to answer. So if you ain't going to answer my questions, I won't answer yours. It's simple. We a stalemate. That's fine. Don't ask me nothing else because I'm not answering any of your questions. Cool. You can talk to the wind. Where else we are? If only Pogba stayed an extra year. Pogba's injury prone, man. Injury prone. That is what it is. I don't know why man's still talking like I'm going to respond. Where else we are? Vinicius was terrible to begin with. Obviously different, but it happens. Yeah, he was terrible to begin with, but was he there 2 years? Was he there 2 years? Was he big money? I'm actually asking. I genuinely don't know. And if people were talking about Vinicius the same way I'm talking about Sancho, I would have said it's warranted. Yeah, I know, Jez. We all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Pogba to OT, I'm starting it now. No surprise, Eddie, that you're starting this now. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Vinicius, he came in about 30 to 35 million euros. Okay, so yeah, Vinicius is a completely different thing. If you come in for 70 million to Manchester United Football Club, you can't go 2 bad. You can't have 2 bad seasons. What are we doing? Pogba to OT, I'm starting it now. You're a joke, man. Swear down. Hey, big up to Jacob as well. Big up to Jacob. Where else we at? Hey, hit the like button. How many likes are we on? Over 50 of you lot in here, which is big considering it's a later show than usual. I didn't know how many we would actually get in terms of numbers, so big up. Where else we at? Let me check. Just literally refreshing on the laptop right now as I speak, people. Let's bump up them likes though. Like check 1212. We're at 7,115. Salute to you lot hitting the first subscriber mark. Now we're looking for 5 more. Get us to 7,120 people. Get us to 7,120 people. Get us to 7,120. We're at 52 likes. Get us up to 60 likes, people. Get us up to 60 likes. Continue to get your questions in as well. Get your Manchester United questions in. Sorry, I should say, people. Keep them Manchester United related. And if you super chat, I'll get straight to your comments or questions as well. Like Eddie says, hit that like button or United will put in a bid for Gallagher. Oh, jeez. It would just be like us. You know what I'm saying? And that it would just be like us to do that nonsense. Derek G, I know you just joined. Flawless, what do you think about Amrabat? I like it. Profile-wise, he fits. I'm not sure his price point. I don't know. I've not heard any prices. Let me know the prices, people. I've heard no valuation. I've heard no transfer valuations. I've not heard any. Let's see. Right, did he actually get a job in Saudi? Not Man United news, but Gerrard got a job in Saudi Arabia. I was told future Liverpool manager, Hey, you never know, man. K-Shack says, any news on the sale? No, as soon as you know, K-Shack, we know. I'm not have no inside information on the sale. You lot will I'll probably be live streaming, and you lot in the chat will probably tell me when it breaks. That's highly likely to happen with the amount of time I spend live streaming. Big up my guy Sid as well. You know what I'm saying? All the way from India. Large up my guy Sid. You already know. Like, why is our player interest so dry? You got to stop paying attention to player interest. That's what you got to do. Stop paying attention to the news, and then you wouldn't think it was so dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, stop. Me and Tox had this conversation last week when we was doing ManDem United podcast. Manchester United get linked to multiple players all day, every day. Law of averages, some of them are going to be bad. Stop paying attention to player interest that's not legit. If it's from a legit source, cool. Who's the player interest that it's so bad? You know what I'm saying? Who's the interest that it's so bad? Like, let us know. So yeah, like with the player interest, tell me, Jesse, who have we been linked to that's a credible source that's a bad thing? That's a bad player. Like, nah, man. All the players we've been linked to, minus Mount, I've said this, I like. Any Vim, Onana, cool. Hoyland, cool. Harry Kane earlier, cool. Kim Min-jae, cool. All good players, even though I have my doubts about him. No, it's Ten Hag's profile the reason why we are attracting big talents like that. What big talents are we not attracting that people are? See, again, I think this is over the top. This is over the top criticism. That's what I would say. This is over the top criticism. Bidding is real interest, not anything else. Exactly. That's why I'm saying this is over the top. Rabiot, we never offered no, what's it called? Rabiot's one. We never offered, and for the Rabiot interest, we never offered him a contract. Did we speak to him? Yes. We never offered him a contract. So that's one player. Who else, Jesse? Who are all these players that are so bad that we've been linked to with anything? Rabiot's one. And like I said, law of averages, Arsenal just signed Kai Havertz. We doing it. Like, what we talking about? Nero, man, says flawless. Imagine Mount fails his medical. Nah, he won't fail his medical. You know what I'm saying? And that. He fails his medical. Go away, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyone talking rubbish, bye. You know what I'm saying? In the chat, bye. I'm not here to listen to your nonsense. Go away. Chelsea Blues says, big up flawless with Mount done. Who is next in line, you believe, from Manchester United reports? Probably Onana. You know what I'm saying? Probably Onana, I would say. Can we get Fabrizio? Oh, yeah, the Mount deal there. The Mount's thing is actually done. Can we get Fabrizio Romano on the stream? Only one I trust regarding transfers. Nah, I can't afford Fabrizio Romano. I ain't got that type of capital. I can't, unfortunately. But you can go to his Twitter and see where he's at and what he's on. You may not know what Ten Hag is cooking in the background. I hope so. I've seen him turn water to wine this past season. So, I've seen it. Hey, Sid, you running bants. You know what I'm saying? You running jokes. Let's see what else. Where else we at? I thought I was going to mention something and I forgot it as well. Yeah, so yeah, in regards to what I was saying just that's why I got no time for it. And then man want to bring up other stuff that nobody mentioned in that. Go away, innit? I've got no time for that. Go away. Go elsewhere. There's plenty of other content creators. But where was I at? Actually, likes. That's where I was going to go. We're at 58. Girls up to 60 likes, people. Girls up to 60 likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. Over 60 of you lot in the building. Big up. Please continue to share this across the socials as well. Make sure you do so, people. Looking for 5 more subscribers. There's over 60 of you lot in here. I know there's 5 people who have not subscribed. Flawless, what's your thoughts on Fabrizio Romano, and Ornstein in general? Certain man think they're brown envelope collectors, LOL. I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. Why would they? All they're doing is reporting on the news. So what? I don't understand the whole. What are they collecting money to say? For fake news? So if they was collecting money to give out fake news, and then we would know that the news was fake eventually, and then they would be less credible. 110% they'd be less credible. So I don't get how. Yeah, you're gonna have to explain to me, Shakar, like, what are people exactly accused? What are they getting offered money to do? Is the question I'm asking. Is it false rumors? Like, is that what it is? I don't know. Let's see where else. Hey, Sid, I don't want no Chelsea players. I'm good. You were talking about Amrabat too. You'd be good cover for Casemiro. Yeah. I'm cool with the Amrabat signing. Man is saying it was what, 30 million or something like that. Cool. That's a steal. Absolutely steal. We need improvements in that midfield area. I'm all good with it. All good with it. Yeah, your final few questions in, I'm gonna close out in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, people, as well. Don't forget, we got Doing the Most at midnight UK time. That is the Premier League transfer show, people. I'm going to try to get something loaded up on the Twitch as well, whether it's clubs or whether it's GTA. We're going to run back GTA as well. You'll get the fan calling shows. Tomorrow we're doing Battle of the North, so you may not get the fan calling. You may get the fan calling show, but it might be slightly later. But I'll try and bring that to you on Tuesday, people, over on the Twitch. Let's see. RJ says this will be the most competitive Premier League top half we've seen yet, apart from City, who unfortunately will finish top. I'm sure we will do well to finish third again. Yeah, we would do very well to finish third again. And in regards to it being the most competitive top half, yeah, I was going to say that, RJ, until you said yourself City. Like, take City out of it. Yeah, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Nero, do you run GTA? If you do, let me know. I don't know if you're on PS4 or have the PS4 version, but if you are, shout me and let me know. Send me a DM, because I'm going to start running back GTA with camps, not Cam, Arsenal, Liverpool camps. So at some point, you'll start getting more GTA streams. You will. Yeah, I don't get what the brown envelopes things is. I really don't. Flawless, what are your expectations for... Oh, you run clubs, Nero. Why do you say this guy? I've been running clubs for the longest, you joker. I'm saying. We'll talk. DM me after. Flawless, what are your expectations for this summer transfer window? Mine are low, but I think we have a massive January. In terms of if we sign I said improve the spine, and we've done that. I wanted a goalkeeper. I wanted a midfielder. I wanted a striker. Like, just first and foremost. I don't like Mount. Onana I like. Haaland I like. So 2 out of 3 is not bad. So they've hit the critical criteria what I wanted to hit. They've hit the critical criteria. But I still wanted more. We still need another midfielder. We still need another striker. Still need another centre-back. Would still like 2 starting fullbacks as well. But I knew we wasn't going to get all that. So my expectations weren't low. My expectations were measured from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They were measured from the beginning, my expectations. So it's just Manchester United. We've done bad business for however long. This isn't nothing new. That's why I don't get people complaining. But I don't get the over the top criticism, is what I'm saying, in regards to targets. What targets did we miss out on? Or the play, I don't like the players we've been linked to. What players have we been linked to with any credible source that are not that good? Rabiot's not that bad a signing either. If he's back up to the backup, let's not act like Rabiot is the worst of the worst. And he would have been a free. People are making out like Rabiot's Kai Havertz. Like, Mason Mount's the one to be upset about. That I understand. But in regards to, like I said, Harry Kane, Kim Min-jae, Onana, Højlund, who else we've been linked with for any of them? Those 4. They're the only 4. Lavia, if you want to throw him in the mix, 5. All good players to an extent. What are we talking about? I don't get it. Yeah, Takeover is the biggest signing. 100%. I think it comes to the fact that man think you're moving slow compared to other clubs. Yeah, people need to stop. Again, it comes back to the social media transfer window. Stop watching and listening to everything everybody says and all the players will get linked to, because then it seems we're moving slow. Like, Arsenal have signed like Kai Havertz, who's a terrible signing. He's the worst signing for a top club in the window, easily. And then Declan Rice, that deal is ongoing. Liverpool have signed McAllister early. Szoboszlai is now in. They're looking at Lavio. They're looking at, forget the name. They're looking at Kefren Turam. That's been ongoing. So they've signed 2 players. So Liverpool have signed 2 players. Arsenal have signed 1 player. Chelsea have signed 0 players. Spurs have signed 1 player. Who else? Who's the other club? City have signed 1 player. We've signed 1 player. So we're not far behind anybody. We're fine behind people in the social media transfer window. But we're not far behind anybody in regards to how long have Liverpool been linked to Kefren Turam? How long have Arsenal been chasing Declan Rice? That's 2 of them. What are we talking about? Chelsea have still signed nobody. Who did Spurs 3? Who did Spurs sign? Let me know. Oh, you signed 1. Who did you lot get? Oh, yeah, I forget. See that? I keep forgetting they signed Jackson. They signed, was it Jackson? So they signed 1 player. So the point is so you signed Vicario, Madison, Solomon. So they signed 3 players. So minus Spurs, take Spurs out of the equation. Who are we that far behind? We signed 1 player. Everyone else has signed max 2. What are we talking about? Like I said, City have signed 1 player. Arsenal have signed 1 player. Chelsea have signed, how many players you lot signed? 1, 2 players. Who else? Liverpool have signed 2 players. Yeah, and kids like that. Like we still got days like I understand criticism of Manchester United. I'm saying to say we're moving slow, and you're not saying this, Jez, but people we're moving slow behind who? No, Chelsea don't get to count Nkunku because it was done in January. It was done in January. So that's already done. I'm not counting that in this window because you've done the negotiations beforehand. You've done the negotiations in January. City bought Kovacic, Raja. And how many of them players they signed are needle movers? Let's get into that. Arsenal have signed Kai Havertz, who's not a needle mover and doesn't improve them. Chelsea have signed players we don't know. Who have Spurs signed? Porro. Who's the others? Other players we haven't heard of. Like, stop it. If Manchester United signed those 3 players that Spurs signed, our fan base would complain. Minus Maddison. Maddison was someone I wanted. Maddison was top quality. But minus Maddison, that's it. What are we talking about? So who's actually moved? Who's actually bought level raisers? Because we had someone in here in the chat as well talking about, they don't like but we had a United fan. I remember who it was. It might have been David saying we're getting beat to our targets. And then it was somebody else, I can't remember, in the chat said, they don't like the people we've been linked with. What are we talking about? Who are these level raisers that all these teams is doing and all this great business? Stop. Relax. It's not that bad. Now, if it's August, it's currently July the 3rd. Now, if it was August the 3rd, different conversation. People getting worked up over nothing. Like Manchester United. What did we expect? Manchester United have done bad business for the longest. You expected us to start this window, and Manchester United have brought in 3, 4, 5 players. When has that happened? When has the window opened and Manchester United have signed 3, 4, 5 players in the first 2 weeks of the window opening? Somebody let me know the last time that's happened, please. You know what I'm saying? Somebody let me know, please, when that's happened. I don't know why people all of a sudden expected we got to this window and Manchester United were going to move different. Why? Why? Please. I'm flabbergasted by this. I'm so befuddled to this. Why people thought we was going to do that. Yeah, like it's July. Plus, it's Manchester United Football Club. One thing Manchester United fans know about is how our club moves in the transfer window. We don't move correct. We don't move efficiently. We don't move quickly. We haven't in years. The window's been open 2 weeks. When is the last time Manchester United signed 3 or 4 players in the first 2 weeks of the summer transfer window opening? Somebody tell me. When has this ever happened in the past 10 years? We might have to go back from when Fergie was here. Yeah, man, it's Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Stop watching, stop being on Twitter and seeing us linked to, Tuck said it best, seeing us linked to all these players all day long and then think we're moving slow because we're not. And Rio, everybody probably thought new owners would be in by now. More fool them. And I said that on this very channel. This is why I wasn't here getting gassed. This is why I was never here getting when in March when me and Taz is like, yo, it's gonna happen, deadline. Why are you not getting gassed? We're in July and we're still in the same situation. You're still in the same situation. What we talking about? Nah, no preseason watch-alongs. No preseason watch-alongs. Do you think the ownership situation is affecting your business or no? Potentially. Potentially. Again, Haldane, Mount is one of our quickest ever signings, so I don't see how man are complaining. We signed majority of our players in August last year. Haldane, you know why people are not putting that to good business, which it is in the sense of the quickness of the deal. The reason why, because we don't rate Mount. If that's Neymar, for example, that's getting wax lyrical about. We do the vast majority of our deals in August. And Rajat says we can do pre-deals and get players agree to sign July. We can, Rajat. When have Manchester United done this? Is the question I'm asking. Again, you lot like asking me questions. That's all well and good. Somebody tell me the last time the summer transfer window opened and in 2 weeks, Manchester United had 3 players through the door. When is the last time that happened? Please let me know. Because I don't know why people went into this window expecting us to do great business. When have we done great business? Efficient, I should say. I think we had a good summer, a good window last summer. I think we had a good window, but even that was late. Wasn't Anthony after the 3rd game of the season? Casemiro was after the 2nd game in the season. What are we talking about? Yeah, Derek, you was here. You know, when Taza was on my case, look, deadline and all this and where to why you not getting gassed? March. Man was telling me this. It's July. What are we talking about? So you signed 2 players. All right, bless Jez, Keeper, Vicario, and Madison. So give Spurs credit. They've done good business. They've done their business efficiently. Everyone else, we're not far behind. Everybody else has signed 1 or 2 players. And don't bring me Nkunku for Chelsea because he was done in January. So I'm talking summer. I remember January signings. He was like, oh, we knew he was coming. No. Like, what are we talking about? So again, can someone tell me that? Was it when we signed, after we sold Ronaldo and we signed Obertan, Valencia, and Owen? Is the last time I remember us signing like 3 players after a win. And that might have been August. And look how long ago that was. Yeah, what are we talking about? Yeah, Madison's a very good signing, 110%. And to Shikara as well, who says about clubs, hit me up on the socials. If you got a PS4, if you either got the PS4 version of FIFA 23 or the PS4 version, the PS4 game or the PS4 version on PS5, let me know. And you got a headset and run FIFA 23, let me know. Only thing I play on FIFA is clubs. I don't play anything else, no career mode. I don't stream no career mode. I don't stream no ultimate team, none of that. Strictly pro clubs. That's what it is. Need to get that team, start a new team, get that to Division 1 expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Let's see. Subs. How many likes we on as well? We are at 72 likes. Hey, salute to you lot. I did not expect it to be that high. Girls up to 80 likes. I'm going to close out. I've said this in the last 10-15 minutes or so, I'll close out. Because it's rare. Well, it's not rare because I do this every Monday, but this the Monday show and the Thursday show, the only time I get to speak to you lot one-on-one, so you get any questions you lot have for me. Because obviously I have other panelists on here and questions may get missed. And Derek says, well, technically we signed Jackson, Diego Miera, Whisper Richards. That's the Jamaican done, right? Paez and yeah, again, nobody we know. Hey, Flawless, you'll probably have pace and power striker on FIFA. FIFA's a pace and power game. FIFA's a pace and power game. You know what I'm saying? Up top, like not your 10, but yeah, it's a pace and power game. 100%. That's why I'm a defensive player. And my pro is pace and power. Me and Jez have played pro clubs together. He knows this. My pro is pace and power. That's what it is. And the strikers are all pace and power too. That's what it is, man. Can you run away from people? Obviously, FIFA is not real life people, so it's over-exaggerated on the game. It's over-exaggerated. Stu says, no need to panic. There's still 7 weeks of the window left. We signed Cass late last year. We've done it with Berbatov in the past as well. Eddie says, LOL, I put Rashford at striker. That might happen now, Eddie. As much as I don't want it to happen, that may happen. I think there's better fits. I do believe there's better fits. Yeah, for the guys who even, so don't bring me no youth players. So let me just clarify when I say that. Signings senior. So don't bring me an 18-year-old who's going to go into the under 23s. I'll be playing in the reserves. Bring me players who are actually going to be in the senior squad and play significant minutes. So, for example, Maddison counts. The goalkeeper Spurs signed, he's going to be their number one. He counts. Mount counts for Manchester United. Havertz counts for Arsenal. Declan Rice, if he doesn't indeed sign, counts. Liverpool with McAllister, Szoboszlai, they're going to play significant minutes. They're going to count. Big up to It's Just Me, says, hi, Flawless. Do you want Ahmad to stay? Yeah, 100%. 100%. We need another left-footed right winger. So, therefore, he has to play. Without doubt. Well, he has to stay, in my opinion. Because we don't have another profile of Anthony. If Anthony gets injured or suspended or loss of form, Diallo's the one I want playing there. Because he offers you the same. And I'm a fan of Diallo. And I want to see him get minutes. And with how serious Ten Hag takes all competitions, we're in 4 competitions. You know, certain teams are playing 1 game a week because they finished 12th. Like, we're going to need all of the bodies on deck. It's all of the bodies on deck. And Derek says, then Jackson, sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, your jokes, man. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stop. Again, salute to my brother Tox who said it, and I'll keep reiterating this. Stop being on Twitter and seeing all of these reports, and 99% of them are not even credible, linking Manchester United to this player and that player and this player and that player, and then think we're moving slow. And then think we're moving, because we're not. Like when people say, oh, Manchester United have been beat to all the targets. What targets? What targets? Who? What are we talking about? Who are these targets we've been beat to? Mason Mount was the only legitimate target in terms of someone we offered a contract to and someone we put in a transfer bid to their football club to. Where else we are? Rajat, no update on the Anthony allegation, so I can't comment. There's been no new news. Like I said, I'll know when you lot know. I don't have no inside information. I need to just continue to clear that up because people think, it's not you, Rajat, but people seem to think I have inside knowledge of what's going on at the football club. I don't. All opinions, I'm from the outside looking in like everybody watching right now. Everybody watching right now. If Garnacho can get games, Diallo definitely should be. I'm with you, Stu. If there are 2 backup options on the left wing and the right wing, I'm cool with that. Garnacho backing up Rashford, Diallo backing up Anthony. Fine. And then if you got Sancho in the mix, you got Palestri in the mix, also fine. Works for me. The problem is everywhere else. Strikers, if it's just Højlund, it's not enough. It has to be Højlund and. I said this. If it's Højlund and then Martial's third, cool. Go get a senior striker or a more experienced striker. So you have Højlund, senior. So you have more senior experienced striker, Højlund, Martial. That's your 3. The wingers I just mentioned. Midfield, if you go get Amrabat, go get someone else. Then you got Casemiro. You have another midfielder, whoever that is. You got Amrabat, you got Mount, you got Bruno, you got Eriksen. It's not a bad 6, depending on if it's Amrabat and who that other signing is. Same with the centre-backs. If you go and sign a backup to Varane, you got Varane, backup to Varane, Martinez, Shaw, Lindelof. Good 5. Fullbacks is a bit light. You got Dalot, Wan-Bissaka. Not the best, not the worst, because you know what Wan-Bissaka is going to give you. And Dalot's fairly consistent. Left back, I worry more. But if I'd just throw Malacia in the deep end at this point. Say you're going to be our first choice left back this season. Sink or swim. Sink or swim. Simple as that. That's what I would go with. And then I would prefer to sign a left, and then Onana in goal with whoever the backup goalkeeper is. Just go get a Scott Carson type. I'm with that. See, that's not too shabby. Will we do that? Probably not. And then obviously outgoings, like someone mentioned as well. We got so many players to get rid of. Your Maguires, Fred, McTominay, potentially Sancho, potentially Martial. That's 5 right there. Who else was on that list? Alanga. And that's even forgetting the players who are out on loan, who we forgot about. Tellez, Bailly, Brandon Williams, Dean Henderson. That's 10. Just let De Gea go. So that's cleared money on the wage budget as well. That's a name 10 off the top of my head. So Stu says, why is no one bidding for Tony? Must be cut price with everything going on. Tony, Højlund, Mason Martial, decent front 4. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would just go get Tony and have him for January. So then you have Højlund, Martial from August to January. Then you get Tony in January. Then you have Tony, Højlund, Martial. Cool. Martial, 3rd choice. Bear in mind, if a good offer came in for Martial, I'd move him on, people. But I'm just using him as an example. But we definitely need minimum 2 strikers. I agree. Will Mount officially be announced with a shirt number? Not sure. Not sure. I don't know. The players normally are not, to my knowledge, they're not normally announced with the shirt number. We've got a signing in and then going straight for the next. The ink is not even dry. That's quite efficient in my opinion, especially compared to how we've done transfers beforehand. I agree with this, Emma. It's not at the pace and the rate we would like, but it's at a better pace and a better rate. Mount's here, boom. We're waiting. Medical's done. We're waiting on the official signing and we're making bids for other players. And a goalkeeper, I think, I'm not seeing any Manchester United fan really criticize that. So it's a step in the right direction. And that's what it is. Again, ownership is the biggest thing, people. This is why I'm not too fussed about this season, kind of a throwaway season. We ain't going to compete at the highest level anyway. We know what the Glazers are like. So it's domestic cups and pray for a favorable draw in the Champions League and try to reach a semi-final. I just want to be excited to be in the Champions League again. Bring me around the 16 tie we win. Bring me a favorable quarter-final so I can get gassed. Because Europa League was the closest I've been to that in a minute. Like that game in particular, the game against Barcelona, the game against Betis, the games against Sevilla, even though it didn't go well, I was genuinely invested. Because I'm like, right, there's something on the line here. And even though it went tits up and I'm still annoyed about it, it's like that in the Champions League is times 100. Not even times 100, it's times 1,000,000 being in the champs. And if you get a favorable draw like an Inter Milan, you can end up in a final. Who did they play? They played Porto, Benfica, AC Milan, I think. Let me know if I'm wrong. They played Porto, Benfica. Hey, bring me that. We get Onana, Hoyland, couple other players. Bring me that running. We'd make a final. That's how much I have faith in Ten Hag. That's more faith in Ten Hag than I do these players. But I have faith in the better players, I should say. Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, Rashford. Hoping Rashford can replicate the season he had. Hoping so. But we'll see. Hey, you're at 75 likes, which is big. Girls up to 80 likes, people. Girls up to 80 likes. Don't forget this show and all the other shows on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, are available on audio platforms. All audio platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and this show and all the other shows will pop up. Because you might just not want to have the YouTube app open. You might want to listen while, like I always say, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, while you're at work. You may be in the gym and don't want to have the YouTube app open on the phone. Click SoundCloud and then close the phone down. Absolutely fine, people. That's why it's there. And if there's any audio platform we are not on, please let me know in the chat and I'll get us on there. But we're on all the major ones. Like I said, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. The links for everything is underneath in the description of this live stream and all other live streams as well. But I will drop the links in the chat as well. I need to add yesterday's Q&A to it, and I'm going to add this show straight after as well, people. And Tenero says, I think Tony's ban means he can't be bought. Well, you can still talk to Brentford. All right, we're going to offer, we can, at Brentford, we got, what's the price? We're going to offer 50 million in January. Okay, then they say, yes, no, all right, let's negotiate this. It don't have to be official. Off the books. Off the books. That's what we can do. And go get him in January. What a January statement that would make. 100%. Yeah, man said. Big up Ten Hag, the GOAT, says to play the way Ten Hag plays, we need a lot. In the season, Ajax reached the Champions League semi-final. They had De Jong in the midfield. Mount isn't that guy. Mount isn't that guy. I do agree with that. In regards to the way Ten Hag wants to play, Talks made this point. I think once De Jong moved on, he never signed another De Jong-esque player. So I don't think he needs one to be successful. He's going with the rock and roll, heavy metal style. I have no issues with that. Just go get better than Mount. Jez says, I said this before. Wait 1 second. Nobody wants to invest for someone who is in the situation right now that Tony is in right now, even though I would want Spurs to sign him today as well. I'm a risk taker, though. That's one thing I've noticed. A lot of people are not risk takers. I'm a risk taker. So I'd run it. I'd run the risk with it, 110%. Same with Neymar when people are talking about, and do I think we signed Neymar before someone in the chat pops up going, United are not going to sign Neymar. I don't think we signed Neymar. But hypothetically speaking, if we could, I would. I would run the risk personally because that's a difference maker. I put Ivan Toney, difference maker, level raisers. So I'm running the risk. That's just me, though. We trying to catch Manchester City and compete at the highest level. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. what you gotta do. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. It's just me. You just trolling with that question, so I'm just going to even ignore that. Big up to United Spurs of America says big up Flawless, bro. Large up every single time. Big up Flawless in the chat. I think United are going to compete, not going to lie. I have more faith that Ten Hag can get a tune out of Mount than Arteta will with Kai. Hey, we'll see, TJ. And you'll catch me on TJ Warren's channel, TJ Warren TV, Friday, people. Friday. Keep forgetting the time. I think it's 9 p.m., but TJ will let you lot know. I think it's 9 p.m. So I just don't want it. But yeah, catch me on his channel. Go subscribe to his channel as well. And yeah, Roger, I was right. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, AC Milan, Porto, Benfica. Give me that run. We making a final. Yeah, and I was right. 9 p.m. So you lot click on his name. I think you can anyway. Or type it in YouTube and go subscribe. Based on last season, I think Ten Hag wants to be able to play more than one way, and I would want that too. I'm with you, Emma. You talk sense all the time. This is why we get on so well. I'm with the wanting to play different ways. It's a personnel thing. Says, what would you rate our window if we sign Amrabat, Højlund, Onana, and a centre back on top of Mount? Depends on who's the centre back. 7? Because we signed a goalkeeper, we signed a striker, we signed a midfielder, and a centre back. And that's 4 out of the positions I want. Let's say the centre backs of a certain quality. That's a 7. It's definitely a 7. I'd want more. I would have wanted more in midfield, which doesn't bump it up higher, but Højlund or yeah. But I'd say a 7. Because that's what did I give our last window? I think I gave it. Did I give it a 7? At the time, obviously that's looking back at it at the time, but I can't remember what I give it. But obviously the value changed, the number changes in regards to what they did. And that window was very good. That window was very good for what them players did for the team and impacted. 100%. All right, final few people, legit. 5 minutes and I'm out. 5 minutes. Been here for an hour and 25 minutes. Let's continue to bump up the likes as well. We're at 78 likes. 2 more, man. Get us up to 80 likes. Hit the subscribe button as well, because I know everybody watching right now or watching this back after has not hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. It is rolled to 8,000 subscribers here. We're currently at 7,117. Looking for 3 more subscribers. There's over 50 of you lot in here, and I'm only asking for 3 subscribers. 3. That's it, people. Just 3. Just 3. Hit the subscribe button. Get us to 7,120. And where are we going to 82 likes? All right, get us up to 85 likes. Hit 3 more likes as well. Looking for 3 more likes, 3 more subscribers, please. Says, I feel like we will make acquisitions in January after the Qataris come in. I hope so. If they do come in, I could see us making a splash in January to, like, depending on where we're at and what competitions we're in and where we're at. That could be a boost. If we have a great January and a favorable Champions League draw, that's puts the Champions League more on the cards. But again, that's a lot of ifs. Because if we book a decent team, it's a wrap. If we draw one of the better sides in the Champions League, it's over. Well, again, it's favorable draws, but I hope so. To Jacob, who says, Flawless, my only question at the moment is, I hope life is treating you well, my friend. I'm blessed. Life is treating me good, you know. I'm thankful. Life is treating me good. I can't have no complaints. So much appreciated. And the channel's just booming. And yeah, man, work is booming. Can't complain. Collabs is booming. We're just going to keep the show on the road, people. So it is. I told you, like, we won't stop, and you're going to continue to get content. You already know. People. We're going to keep this show on the road. I hope you're good too, Jacob. Hope you're good too. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, don't forget as well. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well, people. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Let's see. Did I hear Poch today? That's for later on. You know what I'm saying? Well, Jez will probably be on doing the most, but we'll chat about that. You know what I'm saying? We'll chat about that. Derek, hope you enjoyed the stream. Large up everyone, man. Big up. Because we weeding out the haters. That's what we're doing here. And I like the community we're building. We're weeding out the haters. I don't mind you lot disagreeing with me. That's fine and asking questions. But it's when people get cheeky or people's only input is criticism. That's not what I'm here for. You can disagree all the time. Like, that's absolutely fine. But as long as you're respectful, I'm respectful. Like, that's legit it. So yeah, man, I hope you lot did enjoy the shows. We're going to keep the content rolling. I've already updated the upcoming live stream schedule all the way up until Sunday. So, you know, all the shows that are coming up, doing the most, ManDem United's, all the crossovers. So, you know, your Manchester United Liverpool shows, Manchester United Arsenal show, Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show as well. Don't forget, go follow on the Twitch as well. Yeah, man, you gotta move on. You gotta move on from Jacob. You gotta move on from Poch. Nero says, keep working hard, my guy. Big up, man, and I'm looking forward to see what you do as well. It is. Yeah, Derek, that's it. Your stream, your rules, respect it. That's all. It's clear. I don't ask nothing. I'm not saying, yo, you man gotta do this, that, and that. Everything I ask of you, man, to do is free. And I should say, and it's kept saying you, man, because we have females watching. All I ask for everybody in the community is free. Is hit the like button, share across the socials, and subscribe. That's all I need you lot to do. That is it. And obviously ask questions and stuff like that. And pull me up if I'm talking rubbish. Or pull me up if I'm incorrect on something. Or pull me up if I'm if I'm mispronouncing someone's name, or my maths is off, or anything like that. Or stuff like that. Just basics. You already know. Well, yeah, man. Love to everyone that's locked in. Let me drop all the links in the chat as well. Membership is in the pinned comment, people. Check it out. It's in the pinned comment. Let me drop the SoundClouds and the Spotifys and the iTunes and all that in the stream. And don't forget, doing the most live tonight at midnight, people. Doing the most live where it's transfer show. So we discuss all the biggest transfers. Actually, before I go, you lot can help me out with that. What's the biggest transfers from today and yesterday? Like news, not necessarily like confirmed, but what's the biggest transfer, like rumors and news, like credible though? Please let me know so that I know what we're talking about. I'm going to ask them jokers in the group chat as well in regards to it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Solomon's one. Yeah, cool. Jazz will be on. I don't know anything about Solomon, but yeah, Solomon's one. What's the rest? What's the rest? Let me know. Obviously, you got this Onana thing, Hoyland, I know, with Manchester United. Anything else? Rice. Yeah. What's actually going on with Rice? What's happening? Well, I legit don't know what's going on with Rice. Like, what indeed is actually happening with the Declan Rice thing? What's going on? Shabazz, yeah. Shabazz is one, because that's been done. Yeah, I'll chat to the group. I'll chat to the man them in the group. But anyways, love to everyone that has locked in. Big up to everyone who's supporting. Big up to everyone watching this back. Shouts to everyone who's listening on the audio platforms back after the show as well. Much appreciated. Please continue to support. The ManDem United podcast will be back tomorrow, people. So you get ManDem United, myself and Ivorian, talking all things Manchester United. And then obviously, midnight tomorrow as well, you get the Manchester United Liverpool show, ManDem United analysis at Anfield. So myself, Saint, Rams may be about. Obviously, James joined last week. He may be about, he may not be about. But yeah, make sure you tune in. But love to everyone that has locked in. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.